Hi, I'm Bernadette Taylor. I'm a visual artist. I'm living here in the beautiful part of East London, of the Jikelezwa route in Glengarriff. I'm a trained fine artist. I predominantly paint, although I absolutely love to do mixed medium, drawing, any form of art really. But yes, as long as it's painting, I'm there. I've got 3 pieces on this show. The one behind me, which is this piece with the girl and her vervet monkey, speaks of something I'm very passionate about, and that's animal rights. The reason why the monkey's in chains and the girl has got such very petite, pretty little dress on is to show that animals are landing up in the pet trade. And who's buying it? Unfortunately, it's the wealthy, entitled people that buy these beautiful animals as pets. They generally come into the market because their parents have been poached. There's the whole bushmeat trade, which I feel very, very strongly about. So this series of my art is dedicated to the animals, and it's for the animals. You will see that the girl's wearing a mask to just make it relevant, that this is not something that happened a long time ago, looking at the turn of the century when it was the great ivory trade. This is still happening today. In the next room, I have a piece that is entitled A Tale's Tale. That one speaks about the bushmeat trade once again, and it is also very, very strongly opposed to hunting, which would be then trophy hunting, which I do feel is very much, it is more for the human being's own ego than what it has anything to do with the meat trade. With the giraffes in Kenya, there's a group of guardians of the giraffes, and they go around to schools wearing masks. So you'll see that one has a mask of a giraffe on, and they would go and they would teach the children about the ills of poaching. And you will see the girl is wearing the school uniform, and she's holding barbed wire, indicating how these horrible snares are put out there to catch these animals. And very, very often it's just the tail that becomes the prize piece. And they would use it to make whips, or they would use it as part of a dowry. So it's just really a horrible way that these animals are dying for something very, very senseless. And in many of my pieces, you will see that I do speak out for animals and for their rights. In the further room, there is a piece, it's called Who? And it's a play on the world for the World Health Organization, but also to the question that we all have been asking with regards to the pandemic, and that is, who made this happen? Where did it come from? Who's going to get it next, which seems to be the most pertinent question at the moment. In that piece, it is quite abstract, but it shows and conveys that feeling of how our earth is in very, very dire trouble, and what the devastation of this pandemic is to all of us. The colors themselves, a predominant red, will show of fear and anger that it is arising in people as to why we're going through this. There's lots of elements in the painting. I enjoy the freedom of not having very conformed shapes, or it's not very pictorial. So it can interpret it however you feel, but hopefully to the viewer, it's going to evoke that sense of what we're going through. And as artists, we need to be visual storytellers. We have this wonderful tool called creativity to use as our voices, just as poets and writers and even people in the performing arts have got their ways of being able to express their viewpoints and to bring them across. And as artists, we cannot speak for everybody. It is our own points of view, and therefore in looking at my own perception on hunting and poaching, it is my opinion. And if it resonates with the viewer, it could too maybe be their opinion, but it is a voice. And as artists, we have, I think, the social responsibility to use it as a tool and to speak about those things that matter most to us and possibly to many other people. And in so doing, I think we have our own language. And in that, I would like to thank the viewers for clicking on this link and watching this. And I hope that be you an artist, or be you just an art lover or an interesting observer, you would be able to find something that resonates with you and hopefully you too will enjoy and appreciate this language that we call art.